course, I'm joined by one of the directors of Cabe. The lovely Jason is here to talk us through everything that they're up to and why they've come back to the PPMA show for the second year. Jason, how are you?
Very good, thank you. Very well.
Good. So, we'll start with a nice easy question. What is it that Cabe does?
Cabe, we are a food solution engineering equipment supplier, predominantly to the food industry, offering solutions in the packing automation and obviously the dryer, which Mark will talk to you very soon about.
Fantastic. So behind us then, a very subtle machine. Could barely notice it. Sure. What are you showcasing here at PPMA?
So we've seen a big increase in the ready meal sector, which is trays for microwave meals, salad, bowls, anything on the tray side. So ultimately we're just denesting, filling the products into the trays, and then moving it on to what other companies, the sealers, etc., etc. So we're just a starting point of the start of a line, if you like.
Brilliant. So what sort of makes this in particular sort of machine sort of stand out?
We've just combined really 3 bits of equipment into one, whereas predominantly up to now it's just been done separately. So now we've combined 3 items into one unit. So we've not really done any new tech. We've just combined it to compress the operation.
Yeah, but that is something that we absolutely know that people are after, right? The more solutions they can have for one machine rather than 3 is certainly, I should imagine, be getting quite a positive response.
And real estate in a factory is prime. So we've just narrowed the footprint, is pretty much what we've done with this unit, and we've had great interest.
Yeah,
and a lot of follow-up appointments, what we need to work our way through.
That's a Friday's job, not today, right?
Friday's job, for sure.
Brilliant. So this is, we're going to talk about the other half of the business in just a second, but this is your second year here at the PPMA show. What made you come back?
Large interest. It definitely put growth in the business, for sure. So we've booked a larger stand. We only had a start-up stand last year, larger stand, and I think we will go larger next year with a lot more automation, because the automation and things moving definitely attract the crowds.
Yeah, absolutely. When we can see it in action.
Sure.
Definitely. That's absolutely fantastic for you as well. I'm so glad that, like you say, you've got those interests. They've been rising, and hopefully next year be even bigger, even better.
For sure.
Brilliant. So let's then look over to the other half of the business. And I'm going to drag in one of your colleagues, Mark, here. Thank you so much, Jason. Mark, so can you tell us about this side of the business?
The drying side of the business. Cabe's core business over the years has really been what you've talked to Jay about, the conveying and the support and stuff like that. But having experience in fabrication of similar things, we're now in the business of developing drying systems for the food industry, primarily the food industry. What's behind me is purely a discharge section of a dryer for snacks, direct expanding snacks, extruded snacks, where we remove the moisture prior to the seasoning being added. So these things are designed pretty much as near to a standard machine as you'll ever get. And they're designed to go from roughly 375 kilos an hour to 1,200 kilos an hour as standard. So it's a new generation of snack dryer. It's, really in the industry, the snack dryers have been quite crude. But the development of this dryer has now brought it into the air management side of traditional dryers for the breakfast cereal industry. So it's more efficient and the yield is greater. So it's a win-win for the industry. What we're trying to do now is going to the not the alternative, but the additional industry into breakfast cereals. That then takes us into traditional breakfast cereals for all the names that we know from being brought up. Okay. And again, it's a variation on the theme, but the dryer is technically a little bit more detailed, a lot bigger. We probably start at 1,000 kilos an hour upwards, and we'll deal with the big boys and the smaller boys across the world. So that's our target, and that's what we want to do.
And that's brilliant. And like you say, there's kind of something for everybody. It's not just the small players, it's the big players and everyone sort of along their journey.
Absolutely. I mean, what you've got to remember is that over the recent decade, some of the smaller companies have been eaten up by the bigger companies. What you've got to remember then is that, ultimately they have to contribute to the overhead of a lot bigger company, which can be quite frightening. We're a privately owned business. We have to contribute to our overhead and make a little bit of profit to share within the company, to develop the company, and things go forward, which is a massive bonus for the industry. They're getting excellent quality for the right price.
Absolutely. And we all know that money makes the world go round, doesn't it? So
unfortunately, yeah.
Amazing. Mark, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. Do come down and have a chat with the team at Cabe and see how they can help you.
Thank you.